Hey, welcome to a new Tuts Plus tutorial. I'm Adi, and in this video, we're going to learn about creating educational websites with a WordPress theme called Masterstudy. Now, what is an educational website and how can you create one? First, let me give you the fancy definition. An educational website contains various resources that enhance learning and can supplement classroom teaching. Now, let me give you the English version. An educational website is a website that you visit to learn stuff. Think tutsplus.com. That's an educational website. You can visit that to learn all sorts of things regarding design, code, photo and video, music, business, and so on. YouTube is a big educational website because you can learn pretty much anything you want for free. Unless, of course, you're going there to see cat videos or videos of people falling over. In that case, I wouldn't call it educational. The point is, if that website offers useful information on a particular topic, and that information is structured in some way, for example, in courses, then you can call it educational. Now, how can you create one of these websites? Well, you have three main options. Number one, you can use a WordPress theme. This is fast, very cheap, and doesn't require a lot of technical knowledge. Number two, you can use a dedicated LMS or learning management system. There are a few good ones out there, for example, Moodle. And this approach can be more expensive and you'll be somewhat limited in terms of visual styling because there are way fewer themes for LMSs in general than WordPress. And finally, the third option is to hire a developer, which can be very expensive and time-consuming. Now, if I was building an educational website today, I would go for option number one, a WordPress theme. And a great option for that is a theme called Masterstudy. The Masterstudy WordPress theme made by Style Mix Themes is a great choice for creating an educational website. It has tons of useful features, over 12 pre-made templates, and it's fully translated in 8 languages. So let me give you a quick tour and show you some of its features. This is a demo educational website that I've set up with Masterstudy, and this is using one of their pre-made templates, the one with the cooking courses. So right off the bat, because I imported all the demo courses and I used the pre-made templates, everything is set up for me. The menus, the content, everything. So the homepage gives us this nice hero area here with a nice header that gives us access to the main navigation, but also an admin menu and also a search functionality. The courses are displayed like so. These are the top courses, and then you have some additional content here, which all of this, by the way, is editable. You have another section for recent courses, and really cool, when you hover on one of these courses, it gives you more information about it, like the rating, description, course level, how many lessons, how much time it's going to take, its price, and it also gives you an option to add it to the wish list. So clicking on a course will open up the course page. Very nicely done. I think in terms of aesthetics, this is my favorite template. It looks really, really good. Now, each course has these 5 sections or tabs: description, curriculum, FAQ, announcement, and reviews, although you can disable these individually. And you can see the course structure here. It's all nicely organized in different sections. And you can click on a quiz, for example. This is what it looks like. You can start it and you can go ahead and complete the quiz. And once everything is done, you can submit it. And there we go. We got 11.1%. Now, what I really like about this theme is that it has a front-end course builder. And I'll show you that in detail in a little bit. But now quickly, to access it, you would go to your admin page. On the front end, right? So you don't need to go into the back end of WordPress and add your courses, even though you can do that. But on the front end, you can come to this admin page, add new course. And you can enter your course information here, all of this, and then publish course. Now, if you don't want to use the full theme, you also have the option to use a light version of the LMS plugin, which is available for free. You would go to WordPress plugin repository, add new, and you would search for Masterstudy. And that's going to give you this plugin, Masterstudy LMS WordPress LMS plugin. Okay, so this is free. You can download it and you can use it with whatever theme you have installed. If you're using the Masterstudy theme, then the plugin is automatically activated along with its Pro version. What I really like about this theme is it's a very simple initial setup. So let me show you how that looks like. Once you download the theme from Theme Forest, you go to your themes page in WordPress, and under Masterstudy, you hit activate. The first thing you have to do to benefit from the initial setup is to register it. And it actually gives you the full instructions right here. It's very simple. You click on this link, you log in with your Theme Forest username and password. And this is the Envato API page for creating a token. Simply give this a token name. Let's say My Masterstudy. Make sure you tick this box, this one, and this one. And then check this box and create token. When you have the success message, go ahead and copy that token, click the confirmation checkbox, and click Got it. Now you can go back here, click on this little box, paste in your token, and click Submit. Now you can go to Install Demos, and this allows you to install those pre-made templates I mentioned earlier. As you can see, you have some templates for a classic LMS, Udemy affiliate, academy, offline courses, private instructor, and so on. Let's demo this by choosing cooking courses. So let's import. Here, the theme asks you which builder you want to use because it's compatible with both Elementor and WP Bakery Page Builder. I'm going to choose Elementor. And here you just need to click Setup Layout. And this will start installing all of these things you see right here. Once that's done, you're taken to the next step in the setup process. Here you can choose your business type. So is it an individual or is it a marketplace where you can have multiple teachers? Let's set it up as a marketplace. Next step, this will ask you to create some LMS pages like user account, wishlist, checkout, and so on. Hit generate. And here you have the option to use WooCommerce checkout. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can also enable guest checkout that doesn't require customers to register to your website. I'm going to keep this at off. Admin commission, you can set it up at whatever percentage you want. Next, let's generate the courses page. This is where you set up the page layout. So for the courses, do you want to display them in a grid or a list view? Let's select list view. How many courses per page? How many courses per row? And also, I want to enable course filtering. Next, this is where you can set up how your single courses will look like. What kind of tabs will they have? What kind of style will it be displayed? And it also shows these very nice pictograms. So do you want the default, classic, or Udemy style? Let's go with the default. And by the way, these steps you can skip right at the beginning and set these things up later on. But I thought I would show them to you because this makes things really simple for people that maybe don't have too much technical knowledge. Next step, you can set up the styles for your lessons and quizzes. Let's leave these at their default values. This is where you have access to the profile settings. Next, and finish. The final step allows us to add a new course ourselves or import some demo courses. Let's go ahead and import some demo courses. Okay, this takes you to the settings page for the theme, and we can click Start Import. And as you can see, this doesn't take too long. Once that's done, you can go ahead and click Save Settings, and the initial setup is now complete. All right, so when it comes to building online courses, Masterstudy makes it super simple for you. And while you can go to the back end, open up the LMS plugin, Courses, and you have the ability to add a new course from here, it's much, much easier to just use the front-end course builder. So to do that, you would go to your account page on the front end, add new course. You would set the course title. You would choose a category. Let's say, I don't know, photography, for example. You would upload a course image. You would set up a description. You can add various course materials. And for each file you upload, you can give it a title. Really cool. And then under curriculum, you would start adding your course structure. So that can be organized in sections. For example, let's call this an introduction. Let's say, what is Masterstudy? Why should you use it? And you just type, hit enter, and that lesson is automatically created. Now for each lesson, you have some settings. Click edit. You can add an image. You can add a text content. And then under lesson settings, you get to the lesson types. You have several types. A text lesson. You can do a video lesson. You can even do interactive online slides, which is pretty cool. And again, for each lesson, you can add lesson materials in the form of files. Save changes. Then apart from lessons, you can also add quizzes. So let's add a quiz, and quizzes can be of several different types. So under quiz questions, you can choose between single choice, multi-choice, true or false, item match, keywords, fill in the gap. Then under quiz settings, you can add an optional timer by using these boxes. So let's say for each quiz, students have 10 minutes, hours, or days. You can even randomize the questions. So let's go ahead and save the changes. Then under FAQ, you can create a list of frequently asked questions very easily. The announcement tab is a great way for teacher-student communication because you can post various announcements here, and those will be seen by your students. For example, something like this, right? So once you're all done with it, you can either save it as a draft, or you can publish the course directly. And as you can see here, we're missing the image field and the content field that are probably right here. So let's add a content and let's upload a course image. And I just uploaded a screenshot that I took from the back end. So once that's done, let's hit publish course. And there it is. That's our new fancy course. We can see the description and the picture here. Here is the curriculum that we just set, the announcement, and here we'll be able to see reviews when students will take this course. Another very useful feature of the Masterstudy theme is what they call content drip, which basically means you can set up your courses and your lessons in such a way that certain lessons aren't available unless students complete the previous lessons, or some lessons aren't available until their start date has passed. And to activate that, you can simply go to the plugin settings under add-ons, scroll down till you see drip content, hit on, and then click the cog icon for additional settings. Here you can lock lessons sequentially. So for example, you can't open lesson number 2 if you haven't finished lesson number 1, and so on. You also have the option to lock lesson before it starts, just what I was saying previously. And once you're done, save settings. The plugin also provides you with a very cool certificate builder. So you can create your own certificates by going to the settings and clicking certificates. And this allows you to create your own custom certificates for your students, and they will get these upon completion of a course. And again, you have several different options here. You can obviously customize this in any way you want. You upload an image, you set up the title, the subtitle, and the text, and so on. Now, before we move on to the next section, I just want to make a quick final mention here. Masterstudy also supports something called course filtering, right? So if you open up the courses page on the front end, you have filtering. You can choose which course category you want to search for, the subcategory, the status, the level, rating, price, right? So once you do this, you select the ones that you're interested in, you just click show results, and the theme will show you the courses that match that criteria, if any. And if you can't find any, just hit reset all. Now you can enable or disable course filtering by going to the settings under courses, and if you scroll down, you'll find those filters right here, and you can check or uncheck these as you wish. Now, besides being able to build online courses really quickly, with Masterstudy, you can also sell online courses. And when it comes to selling, you have a couple of different options. So if we're going to edit the course that we built earlier, on the right side, we have a button Add Prices. So click that, and we can add a price, let's say $12, and a sale price of just $9. Okay, so let's update the course. And now students that will want to take this course have the option to buy it for the price that you set. Now, alternatively, Masterstudy comes with a paid memberships pro integration, which allows you to create subscription plans. You can also use WooCommerce to sell your courses directly, and you can even sell courses in bundle. For that, you would go to the plugin settings, again under add-ons, and where it says course bundle, go ahead and activate that. And then, of course, you need to create a page for the course bundles and select the ones that you want to sell. Since we're on this add-ons page, there is another one you might be interested in, and it's this one. Udemy Importer. This allows you to import courses from Udemy and, well, display them on your website and earn commissions for every sale. Again, activate it from here, open up the settings, and set it up as per the instructions here. There is also a points reward system for students, and those can be activated using this add-on right here. And this will allow you to create a more engaging environment for your students by awarding them points for their progress and activity. Really, really cool. With Masterstudy, it's also really simple to create a community for students using either BBPress or the BuddyPress plugins. So to get started, for example, with BuddyPress, you would go to Plugins, Add New. You would search for BuddyPress. You would install it, activate it, and then if we go back to the front end under the admin account page, you can see the BuddyPress integration, where you have access to your activity, your notification, your settings. So you can basically set things up here, groups and members and all that good stuff to easily create your community. You can grab the Masterstudy theme from ThemeForest for $69, and you'll find a link to this page in the video description. And before we wrap up, I would just like to mention that there is also a Masterstudy mobile LMS app available for both iOS and Android. So if you're using the Masterstudy theme, go ahead and check out the app as well. It's pretty cool. So what's my personal opinion on this theme? Well, it's overall very good, and I can recommend it to anyone who wants to build an educational website and sell online courses. It's easy to use and customize. It's easy to install, and it has some great pre-made templates. Couple that with a very detailed documentation, and you have a very capable WordPress theme. I guess the only area I would work on a bit more is the overall aesthetics for some of the pre-made templates. Those could use a little bit more work, but that's just the designer in me talking. And that's about it, folks. Remember to check out the theme for yourselves and play around with the various demos that it offers. And with that said, thanks very much for watching. I'm Adi, and until next time, take care.